Hello and welcome. What we have here for sale on eBay is a automatic switch. This is Asco brand, model SC10D. And it comes with a little pamphlet and a box. It's never been installed. The factory plug is still in it. Speaking of the box though, first thing I want to say is that it has some definite shelf damage, sitting on the shelf for too long damage. And it doesn't look like any, it's hard to do that one-handed. Doesn't look like any of the moisture got through the box itself, and the bottom, you know, of course doesn't look mint, but it definitely doesn't look as bad as the top does. So please note that. But as you look around the rest of the switch, you know, nothing, there's no other evidence of any kind of moisture damage to it. The only thing I want to note is that on the bottom here, let's see if you can see it in the camera, yeah, it's got scratches and whatnot, but you know, it's got to be from the factory because this thing's not even been close to ever being installed. So yeah, so I put all the specs on eBay and more of a description on it, some pictures, and I'll put the link here to that down below in my description here on YouTube. And I'm doing 3 switches, but I'm doing each individual switch, you know, as an individual auction because you know, I don't want somebody, chances of somebody needing all 3 switches at one plant or one division is, you know, but the only person I could see buying all 3 of them is a reseller, which is fine. And if that happens and a reseller wants to buy all 3 switches, then of course I'll combine shipping. I'll put it in a medium flat rate box and pad it up as best I can. And so let me show you the other switches. Pause. Okay, so next up is this switch here. It's Asco cat number 8342C as in Charlie 1. Now, I'm not sure if that's a V or a U, honestly. I'll get my camera to focus here. Let me get my finger out of the way. It looks like a V because it's got one little dot underneath. Turn on my flash. See if it shows it, but there we go. A little better. But yeah, see, I can't tell if it's a U or a V, so I apologize for not knowing. But I'm sure if you know pumps, and you might know. But this one's not installed either. The only thing about this is, you know, shelf life is the wires are, you know, kind of bumped. The factory spliced wires are bumped some. Please note that. It's got the plugs in it, and back here. And I looked at photos of this because I actually bought this at a flea market. So, but you know, I looked at photos of it, and it doesn't have any kind of connector here from the factory that I saw. So, please note, since you know I just looked at photos, I might be wrong about that. I might be missing a wire clamp, but I doubt it. This is where you hook up a flex line to it once you take it all off, you know, the top off. All right, what we have here is a Parker switch, which has a long cat number here, so bear with me, which is 06, F as in Frank, 22, C as in Charlie, 23, 40, AA, F as in Frank, E as in Echo, C as in Charlie, 05. And this one too is uninstalled. No box though. Can't call it new because, you know, it doesn't have a box, and it's, you know, someone would be considered open box, but you can't consider it open box when there's no box. But the wires too, you know, aren't, you know, factory, clean from being factory stripped. So I'm just sitting around, moving around my shelf quite some time. Now with this particular one, this one it does have a little bit of dent from something, and actually it had that when I got it, so I'm pretty sure that's not going to affect the switch at all. The housing itself isn't cracked, you know, so just note that. It's got a little ding right there, and then this one right here, like I said. I'm trying to get it to, there we go, to be shown the best on the camera. But everything else looks great. If I can keep it on camera, sorry, or do it with one hand. This one's got its internal threads, you know, for threading, a connector in there, flex connector in there, if that's what you're using, flex. So that's the last item that we'll have at auction. Like I said, I'll be selling this as each individual, you know, so 3 separate auctions, you know, and that way if somebody wants all 3 of them, they can buy all 3 of them and I'll combine shipping. But if somebody doesn't need all 3 of them, that doesn't, you know, if I limit myself if I try to sell them all together, because, you know, it's going to limit my customer base. So that's why I chose to do it all 3. But, you know, if you do buy, you know, all 3 individually, if you do decide to buy all 3, like I said, I will combine shipping to save you some money. So thanks for watching. Have a good day.